time, let's focus on other news updates as well, because the former IMF chief economist Gita Gopinath is off review, where she's soon to be calling out on Donald Trump's tariff tantrum, where she seems to be now of the opinion that there has been no sign of improvement in U.S. trade, saying that the U.S. tariffs have acted like a tax on domestic consumers, where there is no visible gains in trade or in manufacturing, where she is noted that the tariffs have contributed to higher prices, raising inflation, and also suggesting that the duties have pushed up costs in several consumer categories as well. However, despite these effects, Gita Gopinath states that there is no sign yet of any improvement in either U.S. trade balance or even in the manufacturing sector. These are the two key objectives that the tariffs were expected to support, and she was assessing the overall scorecard, which she believes is negative, indicating that the policy so far has failed to deliver on the broader economic promises. Rishabh connected with us. Rishabh, this is the former IMF chief calling out that tariffs are actually turning out to be a burden on domestic consumers, and there is no visible gains in trade that the US has seen so far.
Definitely, this is what we have been discussing for the last 3 to 4 months, that how the US tariff has actually hit the domestic market of the United States rather than gaining them trade or that extra money that Donald Trump has been talking about. Former IMF chief Gita Gopinath is now coming out loud and clear that how the tariffs have created a problem within the U.S. economy rather than getting them more trade. And, the way Donald Trump claims that the tariffs will help, and this hasn't happened really. And this is something that our experts have been cautioning, and now it's coming in from former IMF chief as well.
Absolutely. And when we say that there has been no visible effect, according to, when we speak of Gita Gopinath, she's a well-known economist herself. But it's been 6 months, Rishabh, since the implementation of the so-called Liberation Day tariffs. And it is not just the United States. When it comes to President Trump, who had promised that he will make America great again, he will make America rich again, will actually start to see any results.
See, the whole point of tariff was misplaced, is what many suggest. The way tariffs were brought in with an ultimate goal to achieve better economy for United States. That's not happening. The job market in United States has been hit. The inflation the market have hit, and that is something that is now coming back to bite Donald Trump administration, and that's the reason that we are seeing that they have gone soft on countries like India or China, because they now realize that what they have done is not going to serve them in their interest, but actually, economically and politically hit them really hard, and that's the reason that they have started now going soft on many countries. And many experts within the United States suggest that what Donald Trump and his administration is doing when it comes to tariff and trade is something that is not correct.
Well, it seems that Donald Trump would be far from accepting when it comes to the negative side of the trade there, of tariffs there that he has been imposing, a hefty one on a friend and ally like India as well. The relations that have seen certain tense moments, but he continues to maintain that actually the tariffs that he has imposed also plays the role of a peacemaker. But this is something that has not been agreed by Gita Gopinath, who seems to be assessing the 6 months of the so-called Liberation Day and the results that it has shown so far, according to her, saying that it is 6 months since the Liberation Day tariffs. What have U.S. accomplished? Raising revenue for government, yes, quite substantially, borne almost entirely by U.S. firms and passed on to some U.S. consumers. So it has worked like a tax on U.S. firms and consumers themselves. Raising inflation, yes, that has also happened by small amounts overall, more substantially for household appliances, furniture and coffee. Did it improve trade balances? No sign of that yet, according to her. But did it improve U.S. manufacturing? Well, no sign of that as yet. Overall, according to Gita Gopinath, the scorecard is negative. So in the last 6 months, when it comes to the tariffs, that has substantially increased government revenue but affected the U.S. taxpayer and the companies and the consumers. This is the opinion that is now coming in from the former IMF chief, who now says that the point of having these tariffs and their contribution is actually a negative scorecard. More substantially, especially when it comes to the US firms and the consumers, have not been given any benefits of these tariffs that has been levied by President Trump. We'll get you more on that back after a short break.